Charlie Parsons, Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. I will just say it's about 3 a.m. and you've done every media obligation ever and you're still sat here with me now, AJ, so thank you very much for that.
Nah, listen, respect to you as well, Boxing Social, and it is what it is, it's part of the game. It's part of the game now, so yeah, this is what it's all about. And to your viewers as well, I hope everyone's well, hope everyone's good. Let's carry on before it gets to 4 a.m.
Hours ago now, unanimous decision against Jermaine Franklin. Just your thoughts, reflection of the fight as a whole?
Could have been better, but that's the past. I'm going to build on from now, yeah. Could have been better, but it is what it is.
When you sort of look at, it was obviously quite beefy in the ring when you entered, there was a little stare down there, and then obviously the stuff that happened after the end of the 12th. What do you put that down to? Just two fighters in there, just love for the sport?
Yeah, realistically, honestly, I think that's what it is. Like, for you personally, you're watching, for us that's involved in it, there's a lot of pride. Yeah, so it's just me and him. It's not about you or anyone else. You're not just watching it. You don't have your opinions. But me and him, we just got our own little back and forth. We were talking throughout the fight, and it carried on after.
Just out of curiosity, we saw you come in at a career heaviest. When I asked you on the Monday, you said you don't really look at the weight too much. Is that smoke and mirrors, or did you genuinely, it wasn't the goal to come in at a heavier weight?
Nah, real talk. So what it is with the weight situation, it's all about, I always look at it like, you gauge your fitness by your sparring, not by your weight. So just because I weigh, like, let's say I go in at 110 kilograms, doesn't mean that I'm fitter. I can only gauge that by the sparring I do. So whatever weight I am, if the coach is like, yeah, you're looking good, you do 12, right, give me 15 rounds, and you do them at 18 odd stone, and you're throwing them a good amount of punches, why not come in at 18 stone? So that's just how it is. But it's not actually a situation where I've lifted weights or the goal of eating loads more to put on weight. It's just a natural progression to where I step on the scales, and it is what it is.
This was always going to be a learning fight for you, to linking up with Derrick James. How did you find it, the whole camp? I know it's really, so different.
Really good. Really good. Yeah, Derrick's a really good trainer.
Did you need something that different?
What, with Derrick James?
No, in terms of, like, I've spoke to a couple of the guys and they've just said, that visited, and they've just said sort of how desolate and different it was from what you're used to.
Yeah. Did I need it? Yeah, that's what I searched for. I went around and I think it's a good match, it's a good fit, and I respect Derrick. That's the main thing. You know, you got to respect the people you work with. Anyone that's like, like no one can help you, like old dog can't learn you tricks. I think you should always continue to search, keep on looking, don't give up. So I kept on looking. I went all around America, to be fair, and I'm happy with where I ended up.
Moving forward now, I know there's almost so much talk. I said to Eddie, is it almost for you a little bit boring talking about the Joshua Fury fight, Fury Joshua, whatever, because we've had it for years now? For you mentally, do you sort of find yourself hard to speak about it and get up for it when we've had this back and forth and commotion for so long?
In the situation I'm in now, is like Fury's got the situation with Usyk, potentially. I don't think that's off the table yet, you know.
Do you think it now becomes more difficult, obviously, with the mandatories that are going to get called for the belts, etc.?
Yeah, mandatories are a nightmare. But at the same time, an undisputed fight trumps a mandatory. Yeah. So there's still room for that for the undisputed fight to happen. But in terms of the Fury fight, I think it's a great fight, you know. But why are we talking about it? We already know it's a great fight. We know how good it would be if it happened. So it's like, I don't need to go on about it. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. It's just ongoing. I ain't going to wait around until I'm 40 years old either. Do you know what I'm saying? So the sooner the better, to be fair.
People had their say about the social media back and forth from Tyson Fury. When you know, we thought this fight could maybe be over the line in November. He's coming out with a deadline saying you've only got... He's now... Well, he did it with Usyk. You said earlier in the press conference, I thought it was interesting, you've grown up around all sorts of people. You've seen all these gypsies doing it before. You've seen the traveller community doing it. It doesn't faze you, and you don't react the same way that sort of most take it as?
Oh, nah, not at all. Like, when you know someone, like Usyk said he was reading Fury's book, and he said, like, stalling negotiations are a part of his tactic. So when he read that, he was like, I'm done with this negotiation. So when you know someone, not only like physically, obviously you're going to fight them, so you study their craft, but you know them mentally. Why are you playing into the games? Like Usyk said, "Fuck these negotiations. I'm not playing into these games anymore." So it's like you know someone, their character. So yeah, I know the character of certain men in the community because they fight. They call each other out. So going online and calling people out and effing and blinding is like it's part of the community. So yeah, I just thought you can't really match that energy unless you're from that community or you're one of them or you're that type of person. And I'm not from that community. I'm not that type of person. So I realised that that's a win for him all day long, calling people out. So yeah, that's why I don't get involved in the back and forth on social media.
All right, Anthony, I appreciate your time. Just
I
lastly,
appreciate your time as well.
just lastly from me, if you don't mind, Dillian Whyte is something that's always been spoke about, the rematch. I feel like, you know, you don't need to prove anything, you don't need to settle anything with him, but it's a fight that obviously the British public are going to be engaged in.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's also one that,
yeah.
look, wherever you go, people come out. We saw that tonight, right? And you think...
That's the expectations as well. Yeah, go on. That's
you think with Dillian Whyte, a rematch, the build-up that it does, that does a stadium sellout. That's what you want, right? You not think?
I'm happy wherever, but you know what it is? As I say, it's a fan-friendly sport. It's up to them what they want. I think the fight is more beneficial for Dylan's ego than mine or the fans. We know what they want. We'll try and get that. And if we're talking about the Dillian Whyte fight, I think it's more beneficial for him and his ego. Make it, you know, I've had one in the amateurs, he's had one in the pro.
You do not see it as a truth, do you?
Nah, so it's just, he had a fight, we had a fight, it's what it is, isn't it? Move on, like, I'm not even living in that. Like, it's done. I think you can't get over it. But yeah, it's all good. But listen, we'll be going again. I wouldn't mind fighting him. I wouldn't mind fighting whoever. That's what I just keep on rolling. Time's going quick as well, so we've got to get moving with whatever we're doing.
Anthony, look, thank you very much for your time. Thank you to everyone that came out, obviously, tonight as well, your team for allowing this interview to happen. Just a final message to fans, supporters?
Yeah, not much to say, but yeah, just appreciate it. And
Stay tuned for the new door.
do what's best for you.
Anthony Joshua, thank you very much for your time.